Some people enter your life quietly. No grand entrance. No dramatic beginning. Just a presence that slowly becomes part of your world. And because it happens slowly, people underestimate it. They mistake rarity for normality. They assume someone extraordinary will always remain within reach. And that is where the tragedy begins. Because the rarest people are often the least appreciated while they are still there. Not because they lack value, but because their value feels consistent, comfortable, familiar. And familiarity has a dangerous effect on the human mind. It turns miracles into routines. It turns depth into expectation. It turns presence into something people assume they will never lose. You were there during their silence, during their confusion, during the versions of themselves they hid from the world. You understood things they never explained properly. You stayed patient when others would have walked away. You gave them a kind of emotional safety they did not even realize they depended on. But dependency often hides itself until absence arrives. Because when something becomes part of everyday life, people stop looking at it carefully. They stop recognizing its weight, its rarity, its meaning, and slowly, without realizing it, they begin to take it for granted. Not intentionally, not maliciously, but unconsciously. Because human nature is strange, people often chase what excites them, while overlooking what sustains them. They become distracted by temporary intensity, attention, validation, novelty. Meanwhile, the person quietly holding them together becomes invisible, not because they are ordinary, but because they are constant. And constancy is rarely appreciated in the moment. It is appreciated in absence. That is why some people only realize your value after losing access to you. At first, they think they will be fine. They convince themselves nothing truly changed. Life continues. Days move forward. Conversations happen. Distractions arrive. And for a while, it works. Because the mind protects itself from loss by creating noise. But eventually, noise fades, and silence begins to speak. They notice the absence in unexpected moments. Not dramatic moments. Small ones. Quiet ones. The late nights. The empty pauses. The moments where they instinctively reach for your presence and realize it is no longer there. That realization, it doesn't arrive loudly. It arrives slowly, like cold air entering a room. At first, they ignore it. Then they feel it. Then eventually, they cannot escape it. Because now, they are forced to confront something they never fully understood before. You were never temporary. You were one of the few people who truly saw them. And being truly seen is rare. Rarer than attraction. Rarer than chemistry. Rarer than excitement. Because most people only know how to interact with masks. Very few know how to connect with souls. And you connected with parts of them they did not show anyone else. That kind of connection leaves an imprint, not a surface memory, a psychological imprint, something that reshapes how future experiences feel. This is why they will search for you in other people without realizing it. Not your appearance, not your voice, but your energy, your understanding, your depth. The way you made them feel safe without making them feel trapped. The way your presence calmed parts of them they never spoke about. The way you listened beyond words. And the painful truth is, that kind of connection cannot simply be replaced. Because people are not interchangeable when they touch your soul deeply. But many people only learn this through loss. At first, they believe replacement is easy. They believe another connection will feel the same. Another conversation. Another presence. Another person. But over time, something begins to feel different. The conversations lack depth. The understanding feels forced. The connection feels temporary. And suddenly, they begin comparing everything to you. Not intentionally, not consciously, but automatically. Because once someone experiences something genuine, the artificial becomes easier to recognize. And this is where regret begins to grow. Not just because they lost you, but because they finally understand what you actually were. You were not just attention, not just comfort, not just company. You were emotional depth in a world full of superficial connection. And people rarely realize how rare that is until they lose it. This realization changes them slowly. At first, it feels like nostalgia, memories returning unexpectedly, thoughts appearing late at night, moments replaying in silence. But nostalgia evolves. It becomes awareness. Awareness of what they overlooked, what they underestimated, what they assumed would always remain available. And this awareness, it hurts, because now they understand something irreversible. They may meet other people. They may experience attraction again. They may continue living their life. But something inside them knows. No one feels like you. And that realization creates a quiet kind of grief. Not loud enough for others to notice, but deep enough to stay with them. Because some losses do not destroy you immediately. They follow you slowly. In memories. In comparisons. In moments where life feels strangely empty despite appearing full. And the hardest part is, by the time they truly understand your value, you are no longer the same person who once waited to be understood. Because absence changed you too. Pain refined you. Silence strengthened you. Distance gave you clarity. You stopped trying to prove your worth to someone who could not recognize it in real time. And that transformation, that quiet evolution, makes you even more unreachable than before. Now they are not just grieving your absence. They are grieving access to the version of you they lost forever. Because people think they can return to someone exactly as they left them. But they forget. Time changes people. Pain changes people. Being unappreciated changes people. And now, you carry yourself differently. Not with bitterness, but with awareness. You understand your own rarity now. Not arrogance, not ego, just truth. You understand that your depth was never common. Your loyalty was never ordinary. Your emotional presence was never something easily found. And once you understand that, you stop begging to be valued. You stop shrinking yourself to fit inside someone else's emotional limitations. You stop trying to convince people of your worth. Because real value does not need constant explanation. And this is where the deepest realization appears. The reason they will never truly find someone like you again is not because no one else exists. It is because people like you are felt differently. Rare connections alter perception. They become emotional reference points. After experiencing something genuine, everything else feels measured against it. And that comparison, it quietly follows them. They may not admit it openly. Pride rarely allows honesty that vulnerable. But internally, they know. They know certain conversations never felt the same again. Certain silences never felt as peaceful. Certain connections never reached the same emotional depth. And every realization brings them back to the same truth. You were rare, and they did not recognize it in time. There is something deeply human about this. People often believe they have endless opportunities to appreciate someone later. Later to apologize. Later to value. Later to understand. But life does not always offer later. Sometimes, the lesson arrives after the person is already gone. And that lesson stays forever. Not as punishment, but as awareness. Awareness of what happens when ego blinds appreciation. When comfort replaces gratitude. When familiarity hides rarity. And once someone truly understands that, it changes how they view every future connection. Because now they know, not everyone who enters your life carries depth. Not everyone who loves you understands you. Not everyone who stays actually sees you. But when someone does, when someone genuinely connects with your soul, that is not ordinary. That is rare. And rare things are not meant to be neglected. This is why your absence continues to echo inside them. Not because they are weak, not because they are obsessed, but because some people leave emotional fingerprints that never fully disappear. And yours will remain, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, persistently, like a memory attached to a feeling they cannot recreate. Meanwhile, you continue forward, not needing revenge, not needing validation, not needing them to finally understand. Because your value does not increase the moment someone recognizes it. It always existed. And this is the most powerful realization of all. The people who fail to appreciate you in time do not reduce your rarity. They only reveal their lack of awareness. So never measure your worth by someone's inability to see you clearly. Because the right people recognize depth while they still have access to it. They protect it. They nurture it. They do not wait until silence to understand its importance. And if someone realizes your value too late, let that lesson belong to them, not to your self-worth. So now I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like someone only realized your value after they lost you? Or have you ever lost someone and later understood they were truly irreplaceable? Comment below. I want to hear your experience. And if this spoke to something real inside you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Silent Ego.